Hello, and today, or this evening, I'm going to be taking one of my existing assets that I bought off the marketplace, and this is a brilliant asset called Military Suit, and I'm going to be converting this to one of my iClone characters, which I haven't designed yet, but since I'm moving away from metahumans to iClone so that I can do everything within the iClone ecosystem for character design. I keep calling it iClone, but iClone's for the animation side. Character Creator is for the building the characters side. So with some of the, I love my metahumans. I think they're brilliant. They're so good. They're absolutely fantastic. And if I could transfer the animation of the physiums and easily and consistently onto metahumans, then I would use them at a drop of a hat. But just for getting this out and as quickly and as simply as possible, and then I'm going to, I've started converting my characters or building all my new characters in Content Creator CC4, and then dressing them in there using their kind of marketplace and things like that. But for some of the outfits that I've already got, I want to transfer them across. And the great thing about Character Creator is that it's good for that, is that it does a thing called transfer skin weights, which kind of looks at the existing base character from Content Creator, Character Creator, and it'll transfer every single vertice where that lives in 3D space. It'll take that and transfer the skin weights. So like each vertex, it will sort of say, you are rigged to this bone 90%, you are rigged to this bone 10%, you are rigged to that one 3%. So every single vertex has got like a weighting, and trying to do that manually it's a real art form, and it takes a long time, and it kind of puts you off trying to do anything quickly. And I'm all about getting stuff done quickly because this is for previs and animatic, but it's also the basis of the actual film itself. So that's kind of what I'm doing. It's quick overview is basically I'm making a feature film with live action characters but virtual environments, and those environments are going to be blue screen because trying to do this in real time with one of those LED volumes is the stuff of studios. You need a whole brain bar of people. All the assets have got to run real time on an 8K massive screen. And if I could afford like a day of one of the volume locations, then that's like the budget for a micro budget film, not even micro budget, so it'd be great. So but for now, that's the wonderful thing about Unreal and all of this technology, is that you can get really high fidelity environments and characters, but I'm using real people and blend them all together in real time. These engines, like things that would take days and weeks to render, you can render in a few minutes, and it's just really fun. So anyway, I digress. So I'm going to digress a lot. The purpose of these videos is really, it's more like a behind the scenes or behind the digital scenes, TM, it's more like a walkthrough. It's a follow along as I'm doing things, because I need to do this. I'm not doing this as a tutorial, because people who do tutorials, they've got, they know how to do something. They're like, I'm going to show you how to do this, and it'll be all really slick, and people know exactly what they're doing because they've kind of prepared ahead of time. But for me, it's more like I need to do these things. This was on my to-do list for tonight, was to transfer this into iClone, and I thought, well, while I'm doing that, because I have to do it anyway, is that I will record it so that I can A, remember what I did, and then B, hopefully share this with someone else that's kind of in this process themselves. And you'll see me make lots and lots of deliberate mistakes, and then hopefully in the video I'll kind of cut to sometime later I figured out what the problem was, and then that might give you save you some time too, or you might be really smart and go, oh, why is he doing it that way? Oh, it's like watching a 5-year-old do a jigsaw. So that could be fun, and then you can get some entertainment that way. And the other reason why I'm doing the videos is for people who are just generally interested in digital filmmaking, the kind of future of virtual production and real-time filmmaking, and it's a really exciting time. Things that you can do today on I'm just using a regular PC, and it's just amazing. It's really fun. So that's exciting, and hopefully there'll be something in it for everyone. Okay, all right. I am going to just get on with it now. Hurrah! So here's the model that I've got, the asset from the marketplace, and I'm going to export this onto the hard drive, and then import this into 3D Studio Max, but you can use Blender or whatever software that you like to use. And because I need to cut off the hands and the feet, because in Character Creator it'll try and dress the existing character with this outfit, but it doesn't understand like the whole thing as one item. So it understands a body effectively, and then feet, and then hands or gloves. So if I try and bring this in, it will rig this part really well, but these bits won't animate, or they won't bend or anything like that. And the other thing I need to do is get this in the same A pose as the character inside of Character Creator. And so first thing I'm going to do is export this as an FBX. And I just want to check my recording, that I am recording on both monitors, both screens, and that you can see the mouse in that bottom little corner there. Because the other day when I was doing my last video, I had the screen set to the wrong resolution, so OBS was cutting out half the image, and I was talking about all this stuff that was down here at the bottom of the screen, and then I was like, oh man. But I hopefully I uploaded it, and I apologize for that. But well, tough. Okay, right, what was I doing? You see, I've forgotten. Okay, so I'm going to right mouse button and then export asset actions, export, and then export this to my hard drive, and I'm going to put it in here like that. So I'm just going to put that window up there. Hopefully it will stay consistent, and then I'll just blur out stuff along here, because I think hackers, whatever it is, look at what you've been doing. Okay, and what can I export? Yeah, I can only export as an FBX. Okay, so I'm going to save this outfit into a directory like that. Oh, and there's my export options, and I say yes. And hopefully that's all worked. And the other thing that I should do is, while I'm here, I should export the material, the textures that it's using. So if I go this little button here, browse to the suit, that shows you the materials. And so if I go into my material, I should be able to browse to the actual text just like that. So I select the texture and then hit this little button there, and that'll find me where my textures are. Okay, so here's all the military suit, and they're under, makes sense, under texture. So I can just select all of these. I think I have to do, it's probably a special shift button, but I'm going to right mouse button, and then say asset actions, bulk export, and then I can export all of these. Oh yeah, it's opened. Oh yeah. And then put them in there and say select folder. And what's it going to do now? I think it's probably gone. Yep, it's exporting them into that directory. And it's putting them under game, all those bits there. So there are all those textures, but I'm just going to move that up to here like that. So then I haven't got, where are we? I'm going to move you up to here like that. So yeah, there's my suit, there's my textures, and they're in there like that. Because I don't want to have all those 45 levels of directory structure. Let's delete that one. There we go. Nice and tidy. Okay, so now I'm done with Unreal for this part. So actually I'm not, because I want to export. He's got this really lovely, what's the word? It's got some helmets, and he's also got a vest. And now I'm just going to exit because I don't need to save anything, because all I wanted was the geometry from this. Now I'm going to go into 3D Studio Max and import the meshes in, just the base outfit, the military suit, because everything else is its own individual asset. Like the rig is just the what's it called? The vest. It's basically works as body, doesn't have gloves or feet, and then the hat is just going to be an asset that you parent to the head. And in 3D Studio Max, I just wanted to make sure that my customize and unit setup is set to 1 unit is 1 centimeter, which is the same as Unreal Engine and Character Creator. And that's good. Now I'm going to File, Import, and then go to the avatars that I just made, the military suit, and then bring in this FBX. And it's asking me lots of questions, and I'm going to go like that. Hit OK. And now it's going to import it into this lovely piece of software. I hope. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, so I figured out a solution to the issue I was having yesterday with 3D Studio Max having a problem importing the FBX. The thing to do is convert this to a static mesh, and you can do that directly here inside the whatever. What is this window called? When you double click on the model. This. Okay, and that is at the top here. There's a button that says Make Static Mesh, and so you just press that, and then you give it a name somewhere, SM Suit, and then you hit Save, and then that will go and strip all this stuff off. And well, it won't strip it up; it'll just make a copy of this. This will stay exactly the same, but now you've got a copy in my content directory, and there it is. And if I can double click this now, it's just a static mesh. There's none of this extra information. So that is a lot lighter. And so now I'm going to right mouse button on it and Asset Actions, Export, and then put this in here. Let me put this into my military suit, and I'm just going to call it SM Suit. Just there we are. Hit Save and make sure I hit Export. Okay, so that's done. Now I go into 3D Studio Max, wherever you are. Here we are. And this time I will go File, Import, and then come up a directory because I was in here. And where was it? Here we go. Suit, blah, 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 blah. And then hit Open. And then hit OK. And now, whoosh, that's a bit better, isn't it? So yesterday I just couldn't figure it out. And today, hooray! Okay, now I'm going to go into the sub-object, editable mesh, go into the elements, and then select the hands. And I'm also going to do Shift Select to get these little knuckle things. So, come on, no. Right, and then under here, element, I'm going to go and detach them. Where is it? Oh, detach. There we are. Call it yes. Whatever. Don't care. Select those. Shift select. Detach that one. Yep. Object 2. And now I've got object 1, object 2, and I'm just going to not parent them. I'm going to attach this to that one so that they are a pair of hands. And I'll call. Oh, what am I trying to do? And press F2 and then give them a name. Sorry. I'm going to go into layer mode to military. Oh, I'm just going to call it MS military suit gloves. Okay. So, and now I'm going to save them after some little brain farts. Select the object, file, export, export selected, and then call it military suit .obj, and it's saving it as an obj. Save, and then just saying yes, hoping for the best. That seems to work. It's trying to find, it's trying to look for some textures and stuff like that, but we've saved those separately so we can apply those later when we bring it back into Unreal, or we can, actually I'll show you, we can bring them into Character Creator so you can get a rough idea of what it looks like. So I'm going to do the same now with this shoes, file, export, export selected. There's a suit, let's call these shoes. Done, and then gloves. Okay, so that should be done. Now I'm going to save this and then come out of here and next go into Character Creator. Okay, so now I'm going to have the base Kevin, and rather than just using Kevin, the base Kevin, because we want a nude actor, I have made one. I made my own. It's basically, it's Kevin, but I took off his textures because I found it too comical every time I was trying to explain things with a straight face, and then Kevin would come in with his leather pants on and it would make me laugh. So here we go. So here's my base Kevin, except I turned off his outfit with his textures. They're under here, so if you go to this under modify and then the material list, you can see under the head, that's his head textures. And then under the body, I basically removed them, and just, if you double click on that, you can pick whatever you want. So normally it would be like, you know, well, I think that's for a different character, but I'm just going to Control Z to undo that. And there's my character. So next, what I want to do is bring in the geometry that we just exported and then fit it to his body as clothing. On another character that I did with the Queen, she is like a cybernetic creature, so humanoid. She's human and robot, and so I've got this brilliant figure called Sci-Fi Girl that I got off the Unreal Marketplace, and I kind of modified that a little bit, and I didn't want to lose that because it was great. So, but I didn't want to treat it as clothing because I didn't want it to go over the surface because it's got like holes and divots. So what I wanted to do was bring it in as clothing but not conform it. And if you bring it in as clothing and tell it not to conform, it will basically be in exactly the same position that it is when you bring it in, but it will have all the target, the transfer, the shape, the weights, the skin weights. So it'll move around and it'll keep like all the holes and everything in the right place, rather than trying to reskin it on and flatten it out onto a surface. So if I brought it in and tried to make it into a jacket effectively, it would be like wallpaper, and it would just spread over her existing whatever the base character is. Anyway, so in this case, the first thing I need to do is to pose this character in his A pose. So you go into the template and we go to animation, motion, pose, and then calibration. And then you find the A pose and you double click on that. And then there he is in his A pose. And now I'm going to bring in the geometry that we just exported. So the kind of the official way to do it is to go create accessory, but when you bring it in, there's like an offset, and I don't know where it's getting it from or why it's doing it, but it'll put it in a slightly different position. And I saw thankfully I saw a YouTube video where they explained that the way around it is you bring it in as a prop and then you parent it to the character and then it'll let you treat it as an accessory. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to import in by going file, import, and then grab my military suit. So that's the one we just made. Bring that in as an OBJ and then hopefully it fits. Oh, it's the right scale. Great. I mean, it's a little bit smaller, but it was not this big down here. So I bring in that, and if I go into the scene, you can see it's brought it in as a prop. And if I try now and make it to clothing, it won't let me. So if I go over here to modify, normally there's an option to transfer skin weights, but it won't let me because it is not attached to the character. So I'm just going to bring in the other parts that we made. So I'm going to bring in the gloves. And then I'm going to go file, import, and bring in the shoes. And there they are. So there's all my pieces. They've got no skin weights or anything like that. And now what I need to do is kind of get these two to live in exactly the same position. I might have a lot of trouble with the fingers trying to get them to match, but for now, at least I will get the arms and the feet and matching, and I might have to give up on the hands because I really, I mean, I've got some other glove assets, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to select all of these objects first, and then just scale them to roughly fit him as much as I can. So just scale you up a bit. Looks kind of about right. Oh, which one is it? Right mouse button. Let's bring him back a bit. So your transform controls are at the top there. Actually, before we do that, I'm also going to bring in the hat. I forgot about helmet. File, import. Let's bring the helmet in. Let's go for... Oh, they're much bigger. Why are they so much bigger? Oh, I don't think I exported those as... Anyway, I won't worry about it for now because I'll bring that in later. It's just it doesn't need to do anything. It's just a hat. There's no transferring skin weights or anything like that. So I won't worry about it. Is it Control Y? Is to redo? Oh, look at that. Great. Control Y. Okay, so that's getting closer. Now what I need to do is pose this character to as close to this one as possible. So it will transfer the skin weight. So what I can do is I can go into select the Kevin base and then go into, I think it's a pose offset. Nope. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. It's this one. Edit pose. So it's under motion, edit pose. I'm just going to save this file, save project as, and I'm going to put it into my avatars military suit. I'm going to make a directory in here. Where are we? New folder and call it CC4. And we're calling this one a military suit. Because I'm going to obviously use these on other characters once I get it to all fit. Oh, I'm going to give it a number as well. So military suit 01. So now if it crashes, I should get back to here. And as always, save often because everything crashes constantly. Okay, so I'm going into edit pose. And then if I put this on here, I think it should mirror whichever one I grab. So I'm going to pull him over like that. Yeah, it is. It's working on both. So I'm going to try and pull him a bit closer to here. I think, does the rotation work as well? Oh, look at that. That's not bad. And I think there's a world and local rotation. Local rotation. There we are. Okie doke. Okie doke. All right. That looks pretty close. So, close that up. Come back into here. Save. Project. Okay. Now, next is I need to parent these objects onto the CC base. I think I mentioned this, but there's a bug where it offsets when you bring it in, and so you have to bring it in rather than bring it in as a accessory. You have to bring it in as just a prop import like that. But the trouble is, if it's a prop, then you haven't got the option to transfer the weights, so you have to go and parent this to that, and you parent by attaching them. So you grab the object that you want to attach, you go to the modify panel, and then you come down to attach and pick parent, and you just pick the head because we don't care. And then you see now it's part of the character and it is an accessory. Now if I go back into here at the top, you can see that you've got transfer skin weights. It's now an option. So I'm just going to parent all of these or attach them. And again, just picking the head, because it doesn't matter, because once it transfers the skin weights, it will parent it to the root properly rather than to the head. But if I was not going to transfer the skin weights, everything would rotate relative to the head. So for a helmet or something like that, then you would pick the head. And if you wanted to change the location of your attachment point, you use these three little dots, and then you can choose anywhere in the skeleton and parent it to that. Okay, so now we've got gloves, shoes, suit, and there's our base. And you can see saving often, because now I'm worried that everything's going to crash, but it won't. It's good stuff. I guarantee it won't crash. Okay, so I'm going to select suit, and we're going to go to transfer skin weights and press go, and then wait a moment. And yeah, that's better. Earlier I tried doing this as an FBX, and it took forever. So if it's always much better to use an OBJ just for complexity, because it doesn't have to worry about all of the existing skin weights and things like that. So yeah, so we're going to use the default, which is for shirts and pants, and then you just hit apply like that, and now it's going to look at like the volume of this outfit and sort of transfer those skin weights from here to here and everything like that. So it's done it. You haven't seen any difference, but if you look at the character now, rather than being the glasses, which is like a hardware piece of accessory, it's now saying it's a shirt. So if I animate this character, it should go with it. So to give a quick animation, you can go under here under motion, and then body rig, full body, and it should give you a little animation. Look at that. That's fantastic. What's going on with it? You see what I mean about being attached to the head? These are not treated as a cloth yet or anything like that. So they have, they're just attached to the head. But I mean, that's just done. I mean, there's issues, and you can go in and smooth out some of these pieces. But for a starting off point, it's great. I can use that asset now. But we're going to get it better. We're going to fit it to this body better. And but I'm going to attach these other pieces first. So I'm just going to stop this. Actually, I'm just going to hit pause, and then I'm going to go and get the A pose back again. So you go back into content, in the animation pose, calibration, under item, and then click A pose. Oh, and it keeps doing this because I have selected the suit and not the character. So do that again, go back here and just hit A pose. And there we are, we're back. And what about him? Why is he not there? Look at, what are they doing? What are those guys doing? What's going on? What's going on? Remove all. Okay. And then go back to A pose. Oh, that's interesting. Wonder why they're like that. Let's go and just let's have a look. I am going to delete you, and then go File, Import, Shoes. Oh no, it's because I'd moved him, hadn't I? Ah, so I was showing off the animation, and I shouldn't have done that. So let's see if I can undo and get back to where I was before I put the animation on him. There we go. Phew, that was good. Teachable moment. There's probably a way of saving this animation, but thank heaven for undo button. Whoever wrote that, well done. Thank you. I was just doing that deliberately so you could see how the undo is really successful. Okay, so if I go back into the scene, he's a suit, and I'm going to do the same with the shoes now. So I'm selecting the shoes, going to transfer skin weights, and then make it shoes, not this bit. That's your pants and shirt. So shoes, and then hit apply. Not seeing anything happen here, which is good news. It's not jumping or anything, but I look over here and it's saying shoes, and the little icon there has changed to shoes. And then I'm going to hit gloves, and then I'm going to make these gloves here. And then, because I'm still in transfer skin weights, and I'm going to hit apply, see what it does. And then close that. Now I can go back into the animation and go for full body and see what happens. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty phenomenal, really. Yeah. That's pretty neat, you know. So now I can use that, but I can clean him up. I mean, what I could do, and this is what I did with the other character, was that if I just do Z, do undo, so the animation, what I did with my queen character was that I wanted everything to be exactly as is. I didn't want to turn these into clothing. I went under the Kevin character. It was another character. But I went under let's select the character. I went under here, and then for the body, I changed the opacity to black, effectively. So it just disappeared. So I went to the arm, made it black, and then the legs and the nails, just made those black. And then effectively you've got that outfit on there. So I could do that. I could leave it like that, and then I'm like, oh great, there I'm back to where I was. And then I could go into this character here. Let's go and find his suit, and then under base color I can go and find those materials that I just exported. And then what is that, military suit? Was that the one? Base color. Oh, have I got? No, that's on. That one. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Military suit, and then military suit. Oh, I'm going to have to do this for everyone. What I'm going to do is just open up another, what's the word? Military suit, another window. And then I can just drag these onto there. So let's go to textures, military suit base, body base, body metallic, body normal. So let's just go and drag that onto the bump there and just call it a normal. Roughness. What else is there? Metallic. Or is that for the gloves? Suit and medium. What was that one then for? Oh, I know what that was. That was a different character. Okay, and then I can do the same for the hands, gloves. Oh, I didn't need to change them, but yeah, if we go into under here, and now open that back up again. And the thing is, if I do it like this, when I import this into Unreal, it will know all the textures and everything like that. So it's actually a good idea to do this. So what are we doing here? That's good. Okay, now at this point, I could leave it like that. However, if I wanted to then dress use this as an outfit on a different character with a different body shape, then it wouldn't automatically reshape itself as clothing because it's not been assigned collision yet with the actual under body. But what I might do is just keep this version like this because I know this one will work. And then say something like this up here. I'll just show you how you would fix that. So he's poking through a little bit. So what I can do is select my body mesh, my suit, and then go into modify and then edit mesh. And then under here you've got like your vertice mode, faces mode, element mode, and sculpt mode. And if you go to sculpt, you can do this little thing where you push and pull and smooth out. So that's a smooth option. That's a pull, push, brush. And so if I go in here and then just see, I just touched it a little bit. Let's make the radius a bit bigger, intensity a little less. And there we are. And then over here, and it just pushes those off a little bit. And then when I come back out of it, yeah, it's all good. So I'm going to pretend to keep this one. And I'm also going to bring in the, the vest as well, because that will fit with this. And since this is now, the avatar is now in the position of the body, I'm going to just save this. I wonder if I can save this motion. I wonder if there's a way of saving that for form or anything like that, for formless editor. Can I? Animation, let's go into content. Maybe I save it. If I go into motion, let's go to custom, go under pose, and hit save. Pose, animation pose. Let's call this one MS pose. And then double click on that. Oh! That's pretty intuitive, isn't it? Let's try that. Let's just go and put my animation on. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So there's my animation. La la la. I need to fix this under here. Okay, but for now I'm going to just hit stop. And then see if we can get that pose back. That's great. I didn't know that. That was really good. Hooray. Well, that's good news. Okay, so that's what I mean about this whole thing. It's like I'm kind of doing this because I have to, rather than because I know what I'm doing. So, but you know, give it a go and learn on the job training, as they say. File, save project. Okay, now I'm going to go and import in the vest. So content. I'm going back to my scene, file, import, and where's the vest? Military suit. I don't know if I exported the vest. Did I not? Maybe not. So let's just go like this and do a dissolve when 3D Studio Max is open with that scene I just saved. And then I'll export the whatever it is, the vest. Oh, I can do the hats while I'm at it as well, can't I? So, import, oops, file, import, and then let's grab my vest, and then if I hit open, bring that in as a prop. Okay, great. And then I need to scale it up by whatever I did to this guy, but whatever it was like that much, wasn't it? And then I had to move it back a bit. So I guess I should have brought them in at the same time, but you know, that looks pretty good to me. Okay. What have we got here? Is that intersecting that? let's bring in, right, let's bring in its textures. Go to base color, navigate to those. Military suit, I'll put them under game, military suit, medium, male, helmet, texture. No, it's the helmets. Did I export those pieces? All right, well, I'm not going to do it now. I'll do it later because otherwise you'll get really, really bored. Okay, so now we're going to parent him to the character. So we're going to attach this vest to the character and have to go down here, attach, pick parent, pick his face. Now he's become an attachment under the character, and then we go into modify again and then transfer skin weights. And it might have trouble because of the arm, and it's kind of close to here, so fingers crossed to see what happens. Transfer skin weights, and it's waiting. So I hit default, cloak, dress. I'm gonna try just default, see what happens. Okay, now go to motion, body rig, full body, see what happens. Oh yeah, you see, now we've got some of these bits attached under the arms. And then I probably need to not have the head do that, but this body is kind of like stretching nicely with it. That's pretty good. Okay, so now it's a good time to show you how to change these weights. So I would go into select the model and then go into skin weights, and then this will let you paint the weight of each of these vertices. And then let's have a look, selection, let's have a look. Can I grab these? Oh, here we go. So I can grab these, and then I'm not quite sure because I've not done this yet. So it's using upper twist on these, which I think is these things, and we want it really to be somewhere in the spine somewhere. Can I grab that bone? No, let's have a look. Big toe, let's type in spine. Okay, spine 2, let's have a look, spine 2. Okay, great. So if I go into paint, I want these to be painted to the spine bone. So let's have a look, see what happens. I've selected spine, and what happens if I paint these? Hopefully these are going to go down now. Do that. Let's try selection, it might be easier because I can see all these. So select those, and then how can I tell it to go to the spine bone? Do I just hit 0 on these? 0, 0, 0, 0. Nope. What's that one do? Display. No, it's displaying. Oh, maybe I have to make it 1. Ah, there you go. Oh, okay. So I've selected the spine and said 1. Yes. Okay. There we are. Phew. All right. And same with this guy over here. So in selection, again, it's learning it. So select the points you want. We've selected the spine that we want it to go to, and I'm going to give them 100% weighting to the spine. Great. Okay, good. Now let's make this spine 2 is what's. Let's go and get rid of this. So what have we got after the spine? I'm just going to follow it up. Spine 2 is where I can see which bone that is. Oh, okay. So I actually want it on spine 1. Let's go and make that spine 1. Those points. Oh, okay, that's better. And then that other side. Let's go and select these. Let's go. Actually, I'm going to undo. See how good the undo button is. Undo. Undo. Hopefully these will all pop up into their bad positions. Yes, they are. Okay. All right. So let's select those points again. We want it onto spine 1, 100%. Okay, good. I mean, these guys are nicely moving with the others, and they're blended well. There's probably a button somewhere or a nice way of smoothing this, but I don't know how yet. So I'm going to select these points here and then put those on spine 2 and hit 100. Okay. And I mean, these guys shouldn't really be moving because this is kind of a hard piece of material, isn't it? So let's go and select these. I mean, this is like Kevlar, so it's not really going to be doing too much. But for now, I'm just going to go and put it on there, 100%. All right, and let's grab some of this up here. I'm going to hit on the spine 2. Is it crashing? Is it crashing? Is it just taking its time? Oh, no, did it? Nice. Okay, I'm going to come out of skin weights and hit play. Well, that's not bad. You know, I'll have to go in and improve these things and all that sort of stuff. But for animatic purposes, it's pretty spiffy. Yeah, I will not have these things weighted because these would be solid. So they would just bend. But, you know, for a quick fix, that's not bad at all. Okay, so I'm going to save this version. Save project, and I'm also going to save this avatar. So if I go into content and then go under custom character, and I'm going to create a subfolder here called MS Suit, and then go under MS Suit and then save. If I hit save here, it will save pants. No, I want to have nothing selected, and actually let's go back to that pose. Gonna hit my pose, my custom pose, just posing back there, and then go into my character, and then nothing is selected, and if I hit save, it'll save the avatar. So the avatar is basically the character with all of the bits attached to them. So MS Suit Kevin. Okay, all right. Hello, so I'm back, and today I'm going to finish applying the clothing onto this character and conforming the clothing, because currently he works pretty good. Let's put some animation on him. So he works pretty good for if I wanted to just keep this character using this outfit for whatever purpose. But what I want to do is be able to use these clothes and this outfit on different characters and be able to like pull them on and attach them to several characters, because they have lots of military people wearing these suits and stuff. So I am going to pause this and go back to the pose mode, which was in under template, animation, pose, and then that was the under custom, and then that was the pose I saved yesterday. So that was great that you can save poses. So I think what you do is you go to the directory that you want to save that type of motion or type of asset in, and then when you hit save here, it'll go, oh, you're in animation, so I'll save the animation, or you're in pose, so I'll save pose. which is pretty clever, which is good. And I'm going to use that right now because what I want to do is save each of these objects as a suit, or as what's this one, the shoes or the gloves, and then be able to bring them back and conform them onto Kevin's body. So what I'll do is I'll go to my gloves, then I'll go to my content, and then go under accessories, clothes. Where's clothes? Actually, it's not accessories, is it? It's under cloth. So I'll go to cloth, and we're going to do gloves first, and I'm under custom. So now if I say save, it's saying save name gloves under cloth gloves. So this was MS gloves, and it's going to save that into here. Oh, one thing is it takes a picture of the entire object. So what I could do is just hide everything. I don't know if there's an isolate button. Hopefully, if I find out, I'll let you know. But I've not found one yet. But if you know, let me know. Okay. For now, I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, I have to. I would just turn off these things like that and then hit save. All right, go on then. Save. No, hang on. Save just the gloves. Click on the glove item. Am I in the gloves? And then save. Oh, it's trying to save the avatar. Hang on. Have I got it selected? Oh, I see, because I've selected it here. Let me go and select my gloves. Go to content and then hit save. And there you are. It's trying to save those gloves. So MS gloves. Actually, it's probably, hang on, before I do, because they're already there. If I right mouse button, is there a way to save a thumbnail? Look at that. No, cancel, not that one. Generate thumbnail, capture thumbnail. There we go, great. Oh, even better. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Turn that one off. Let's go for the shoes. Go into content. I can probably, if I pull this out, let's go to content. If I pull this out, I could probably put it underneath. No. Oh well. So my shoes are selected. I'm going to go to content, and then under the shoes tab, go to shoes and hit save. Shoes, we call these MS shoes. Okay. And then under, what was the next one? Under the vest. Pardon me. Oh, while I'm here, I exported the textures for these. So I'm just going to go to here and go back to the. You know, I'm going to kill that window, and I'm going to just drag them in, because every time I click on one of these, it goes back to the default position, and you have to kind of navigate all the way through, and it's like, oh, I can't be bothered. All right, so these are the ones. It's the vest, so I grab that, and then pull it over and drag it onto it. And then for the normals, grab that, drag it on. And then one thing to be aware of, earlier I was like, oh, why is it taking so long? And it was because like this little window was on another screen, and I didn't see it, and I thought it hung. So it's basically saying, do you want to treat this as a bump map or a normal map? And so you say I want it to be a normal map, and then that way it gives you all that extra detail. And what else have I got? Roughness. Let's drag that on. Okay, and there we go. All right, so now I'm going to save this object. I selected, go to content, go under, I think this will come in as a, let's have it as a coat, and then hit save. Oh, no, avatar. Right, doing it again. I've got to select the actual object, and then go to content, coats, save. It's saying, what have I done wrong? Oh, I haven't selected it. So if you have nothing selected, it will default to the base. So I've really got to make sure that it's selected then. Now hit save. Now it's saying save as coat. MS vest. And then the next one is the suit. So you are selected. Make sure you're visible. Go back to content and save. Oh, hang on. Going to be in. I think, what does full body do? Should we try full body? Looks like a dress versus shirt. I'm going to keep it in shirt because it says that it's a shirt. So let's keep it in shirt. So hits. Am I unselected? No, I am selected. No, I'm not. There we go. Okay. Save and shirts and call this one MS Suit. Okay, great. All right. Now go back into here and then put on each character. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because when I tried to conform, it was trying to conform. It was putting the shoes on top of the pants and then this on top of whatever it was, and they would just crash. So what I'm going to do is just delete these items off here, and let's turn my base on. Delete them off, and then I'm going to put Kevin's skin back on. But well, I'm just going to do the grey skin because it was a bit. I'm just deleting my opacity maps, so I just have opacity at a black. And then it basically says you are masked, so we won't display you. Okay, so there's my character. That's kind of what you'd expect. And then I'm hoping that I can go into content, and then let's put the shoes on first. So let's drag its shoes. Oh, these, and then drag them onto the character. It should put the shoes. Oh, what was that? Oh, gloves. All right, let's try the gloves first. Then I meant to do that. And then let's conform the gloves to the body. So there's my gloves. And then you can see at the moment they're poking through the mesh because they don't quite fit. So I'm going to hit calculate collision. And it should morph these onto these points and hopefully look a bit better. And I'll probably then, wow, that's great. And then I'll probably hide the hands afterwards, but I mean that's great because I don't need hands and gloves on at the same time, but that's awesome. There we go. Now I wonder if I save this again, if it'll kind of build that into this. So let's just try it. Let's come out of conform and then hit save. Let's call it MS gloves 2. Okay, all right. So now let's delete the gloves from here. Okay, now I come into these gloves and drag them on top. Yeah, they're already conformed to it. So that's great. Now I'm going to just do each one individually because I'm worried that it was going to crash because I think it was just trying to do too much last time. Maybe. I could be completely wrong. So I am going to do the body next. Okay, and then go into conform. And then you see, because if I go to cloth layer settings, it's just that object. Whereas before it had like shoes and stuff like that, and the shoes were trying to go over these pants. So, and it wouldn't let me change that. So, and I'm hoping that if I do each one individually, then I can conform them all individually so they kind of work. And then it'll kind of like the collisions, hopefully, should work better. I use the word hopefully a lot. That's interesting. So selected it, gone to conform, and then calculate collision of the suit asset, and hopefully, and I have to find a synonym for the word hopefully. So, I just bite my tongue every time I do that. So that's great. Okay, come out of conform and save this asset. Just check that I've selected the suit, and then hit save because I'm under cloth shirts. Save. I'm call it MS Suit 2. Okay, great. And then if I go into here and just delete it. Now, if I grab the original, put it on, it's going to be poking through. But if I grab this version, it's going to be in the right place. Replace that. Oh, that's good. Smart enough to know to replace. Good one. And then again, with these bits poking through, I will just hide them because we don't need them. So if I would go to and select the avatar, hide these, and then you won't see anything poking through. And it'll be a lighter polygon count. So next, the boots. Where are the boot shoes? There we go. I mean, they were pretty good anyway, but I just hit conform. Let's see what they do. Hopefully it'll put those bits in front. Oh, have I not hit calculate collision? There we go. Oh, look, nice. Hey, that's great stuff that it will work this out. And I will also hide the feet because we don't need doubles, but going to save this one. So I've selected it and then hit save. I'm under shoes, hit save. MS shoes 2. And let's try the last one, which was the vest thing. Where's the vest? And under, I think I put it under coat, didn't I? Okay, let's put that on top. I mean, that was pretty good anyway. But let's see what happens. So it's selected because I've got the little box around it, and then hit calculate collision. See what happens. Ooh. Doing stuff. Wheel spinning around. Oh, so it's that one that was crashing it. Aha, interesting. Well, let's come back in and I'll go woobly woobly whip, and we're back, kind of thing. Okay, we're back. I tried a couple of times and it kept on crashing. So I think there's something odd about this vest object. So for now, I'm just going to leave it as its own conformed, because all my characters are going to be basically using the same skeleton, and I would just modify this a little bit depending on their size, or I could go into the edit mesh and pull things around and stuff like that. But when it's trying to calculate the collisions, it's having a tough time working it out. Which I can understand, and I didn't build this model, so there might be some strange geometry or something like that going on. So we'll just leave it and worry about that later. And for what I'm going to do now is dress him with the bits that I've made. So actually, what do I need to do? Actually, I don't need to put the pants on top of the shoes or anything because they're pretty much the same size, so I didn't need to reconform anything. But what I can do is show you the advantage of now making these items clothing rather than accessories, in that I can change his body and the clothing should go with it. So let's go and put on his suit. And then let's put on his gloves. Where's his gloves? Shoes. Put your shoes on. And then gloves, under gloves. There it is. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah. I should put. I can get a little bit of intersection coming through here with the gloves. I'm going to turn off the body again for Kevin. So go to body and change my opacity. Pick the black one, and that one is. I think that's just automatic. These textures. If I double click on that. Yeah, these are reallusion templates, so they come with the software. So they're always everyone will have the same access. It's hardly the most difficult thing in the world though to make is a black texture, black empty JPEG. Okay, so I've hidden his. Oh, I haven't hidden his legs. Oh, they're still coming through. Why is that? Or is that in the shoe itself? Not sure. Let's go and hide these shoes. Oh, it's the toenails. Ah, funny. let's go and hide the toenails as well then. Go to the base, go to the materials, and then find body nails. That's body base nails. Let's make that one. And that's for the fingers. And then where's your toenails? Let's open this up a little bit. I think that's actually in the model. Oh, well. Okay, mystery solved. At least we got rid of the fingernails. So yay. Okay. All right. So let's try and conform this now over these gloves. So I'm going to go back into my where are we? Is there a conform button on the top? Character. So I'm not in the character. Let's go and select the suit, and then we go to conform. And then there's the cloth layer settings, which opens up this little manager, and it's saying the suit is on the bottom, the gloves are above the suit, and the shoes are above the suit as well. So we're going to move those around. So I'm going to have the shoes on the bottom by just clicking and dragging, and then I'm going to have the gloves on top of those. Actually, I'm going to put the gloves on the bottom because that's probably harder to calculate. So that looks like, this is underneath this, and then basically this is on top of everything. So let's just try running collisions and then see if this updates or if it crashes. I'm going to have to be doing a drum roll for a really long time, aren't I? Okay. Let's see. There we go. Before this is when it would crash, and I'm hoping it was because it was the vest. Oh, there we go, it's done it. And as you see, that it put the sleeves on top of the gloves, which is amazing. And then these are all in the right place too, which is great. Well done. They got some good programmers up there. So thank you to whoever programmed that. You did it. A job well done. And here I'm getting a little bit of, oh no, if I do get a little bit poked through, I can go through into the suit and then go to edit mesh and just pull these around a little bit. Let's do that a tiny bit. There we go. So I can either grab some points. So let's grab a point and then put on soft selection and make this radius a little bit smaller, and then I go into my move tool and I can just pull that up a little bit. There we are. But again, this is overkill. But why not? I'm here, and now that doesn't bug me. Awesome. And what I'm going to do is just save this character. So I'm going to have nothing selected, so it should save the avatar. I'm going to go into my custom characters, and this was in MS Suit, so I'm going to call this one, I'm going to call him MS Suit Kevin. Okay, so he should now exist as his own avatar. So I can bring in the old thing and it'll just replace all. So that was my old one we started with this morning. And now here's my new one. And the advantage of this one is, like I said, I can change the shape of the character, his morphs and stuff like that. And for giggles, I'm going to put on the vest as well, because that's more of an overall overcoat thing rather than something that would kind of need to morph on. I mean, I do need to kind of push some of these things through, but it's fine for what I want. For right now, I could go and go to town with this, but I'm not going to, because that's fine. Look at that. I mean, that's great stuff. He's got his suit on that I got from the Unreal Marketplace, and now I can use it in Content Creator and iClone, and then I can bring this back into Unreal. So I've got pretty much the same characters, except now I'm in with the iClone ecosystem, which is just kind of very convenient for animating and blocking out characters. And since that's the bane of what I'm doing at the moment, is I'm blocking in an entire feature film with temp humans, digital humans. So this is going to be quicker and save me time. Okay, now let's go into the morph target, and I'm going to go and select my Kevin. Where is Kevin? There he is. Okay, so I should go into morphs here. That's the morph ones. And then just for an example, I'm going to show the full bodies, and let's change the body into something else. At the moment he's on Kevin body, so I'm going to pull that down, and then you see, look at that, the outfit goes with him, which is amazing. So let's pull that to 0. So now he's back to the base, and then let's make him a little bit bigger. So now I've got another character, and this one likes his puddings. Okay, and then if I hit the motion, isn't that amazing? So that's a huge advantage of like conforming them to the figure, and yeah, blows my mind. Okay, so I'm now going to spend the rest of the day building some characters, morphing them, playing around, and having fun, and then I'll show you what I get up to on the next one. Okay, so brilliant. All right, bye-bye.